We are back with another episode of We'll Just Agree
to Disagree
podcast. I am Ryan Lee.
And I'm Beyonce Fox. What's up, Ryan?
Would that be episode 48?
8-ish. Yeah.
8-ish.
Somewhere around there.
8-ish.
8-ish.
B, before we get into today's topic, first, a few things. I want to show love to this past February, our Black History Month segment. I thought that was super dope, and I want to show love to Beyonce, guys, because Beyonce is the one that came up with that idea. And I thought that was super dope how each week it was something related to Black history, whether it was fun or, a serious topic like last week. Shout out to Brianna. I thought it was just super fun. So much love on that, B.
Okay, no problem. And just because Black History Month is over doesn't mean that Black history is, and doesn't mean that we still shouldn't pick up a book or go on the blog and learn about our history, because Black history is American history.
Absolutely.
Period.
365 days.
24/7.
366. Just give me the extra credit too.
There you go. Give us our 2 days back from the month.
Also, B, I want to highlight before we go any further, for those who do not know, I think we truly need to support this cause on this podcast. It's something that's very dear and near to my heart, and I think Beyonce's as well, that there's a new Madea movie out on Netflix. And I want to make sure we are continuing to support Madea. Tyler Perry posted that it was #1 on Netflix this past weekend, and I'm very proud of it. So I just want to make sure if you have not seen it, whether you like it or not, just go and support Madea. There's a new one out. It's Madea's Homecoming, I believe. And I just wanted to relay that information. It was so important to me, guys, that when I found
it's so important that you text me about it over the weekend. You know my weekends are golden. We don't bother Beyonce on the weekend.
I literally thought on the weekend, I was like, you know what? She needs something to do, and Beyonce needs to watch the new Madea. So I brought it up to you when I first saw it. Beyonce got my raw reaction that there was a new Madea movie out. And then I wanted to share this with our podcast family, because you guys know how much Madea means to me and means to Beyonce. So I just wanted to cover that before we got into any topics today. I just felt in my spirit.
What did you think of the Madea Homecoming movie, Brian?
I just think that we need to continue to support Madea. I am very proud of Madea that she is back after y'all tried killing her years ago. In all seriousness, it was not my favorite, but I gotta say, there were some moments that I died laughing. I will say that.
Okay.
Not my favorite because of the storyline. I thought was it gave me a little. It's just not the best one. But okay. I will say, though, Tyler Perry is a genius when it comes to mixing in comedy, Madea, and real life things that are going on. So with this movie, they touched on, not to give anything away, but they touched on police brutality.
Oh, you can go ahead and say it. Go ahead and give it away. It won't matter, because I won't be watching it. But I'm a fan of Tyler Perry all day long. But
they touched on police brutality. They touched on like the Black Lives Matter, defunding the police, but it was in a comical way that you weren't mad at it, but you could tell he was trying to get a point across. So although it was not my favorite, although it wasn't my favorite storyline, there still was some hilarious moments, and it still had a message. But the ending is what I liked, because the ending left us knowing that there will be another Madea coming out, and I'm pretty sure she'll be going out the country. So I just wanted to bring that up before we got into anything. Like, we could end the podcast now, but
no, we can't. We got to give it a little bit more substance. Yeah. Is this the one where he's like, you know how he did the memes on Instagram and stuff of Beyonce Homecoming and Mary J. Blige?
The Beyonce part is at the end. So it's not it's actually not a part of the movie, but it's going on as the credits are playing. And I will say, now that part is hilarious. And his creativity for that is like, I think because we're in this industry, I was watching from an eye of, how did he do this? Because what it looks like is they took parts from Beyonce's actual documentary or actual performance and then mixed it in with Madea.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. But no, seriously, I'm a fan of Tyler Perry and his work. He is incredible in all of the different productions that he has. Like, I mean, he's just running BET right now with all these different shows, and his mind is like in a whole nother place, because some of these shows I'm watching them and I'm like,
How would you even think of that? Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And what a lot of people don't know is like on the Madea movies, he plays a few characters. That's what's like, he has a gift. But
yeah,
I did text Beyonce this weekend, and I truly felt like that almost had me on her blocked list. And that's why today we are discussing Beyonce. I want to know, when it comes to your phone, when it comes to social media, are you a fan of blocking or muting people?
absolutely. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. 100%. I get funny calls from, okay, let me just back it up and just say, just based off of the occupation that I have, being on air and talking to hundreds and thousands of people every day, you're not quite sure who's going to be watching you or get access to your phone number, or so you have to be careful, especially as a woman,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I had a couple people, I don't know how they got my number, which is why I have like 2 and 3 numbers now. One for the family, one for friends, and one for business.
Which one do I have?
Well, I got one for the family, I got one for friends and associates, and I have one for business.
Which one am I? I feel like I should be having the family number. Do I have the family number?
And so when people call me and they think they're calling my phone, no disrespect, you are in fact calling my phone, but you're calling one of 2 phones, either the friends and family and associates or the business phone. You're never going to have that bat line that only the family has. So I have a caller, and I don't know how this person got access to my number, but they do call my phone and they breathe heavy and they don't say anything, and it's just weird. So of course I'm going to block that number, and I've blocked it several times, but it is what it is. People will still call, people will still do whatever. And then there's times where people just call and it was just for a certain reason, and I'm like not feeling that reason, so they get blocked. Absolutely.
So I can relate to this on work-wise. I've talked about it on here. I'm a producer. So a lot of times when I'm booking clients or guests or whoever it may be, there's some people that I can have their number, they can have my number moving forward if we need to use the connect. But there are some people that I have had to block, and then we'll reach out on another number and I have to block from that number. So business-wise, we get it because we are in a weird industry where you do got to be safe. But I want to ask you from the standpoint of a friend or a relationship, do you block in that standpoint? So say you and your homegirl get into it and y'all get mad and it's kind of like you think it's done as a friendship. Do you block her number, or do you mute her off of social media or block her off of social media?
See, fortunately, I've never had that issue with anyone. I don't think I'll ever have an issue where I get into it with a friend. Yeah, no, I've never had that. Honestly, I've never had a fight with a girlfriend or an issue with a family member where I'm going to block you and I just don't want to talk to you anymore. Now, I have had that with a relationship.
Okay.
I'm keeping it 100. I've had that with a relationship, a very long relationship. We had a little separation period where, okay, I'm not talking to him, he's not talking to me. And because I'm on the air every day, if you really want to know how I'm doing, all you got to do is turn on the radio and you will hear that I'm doing just fine. But I don't need you to see what I'm doing on social media. I don't need you to know that I'm out of town. I don't need you to know who I'm having dinner with. You know what I'm saying?
So blocked them?
We were officially separated at the time. So I felt like, okay, cool. He's not calling me. I'm not calling him. I'm gonna go out here and just live my life. And yes, he was blocked.
See, I'm opposite. If we break up, I want you to see that I'm still living my life perfectly fine without you. And I want you to see that I'm going here, and I'm not missing a beat without you. So I will keep you on my page. And I love when I see the person that I don't F with. Because, there's some people that I can name right now if we want to name people. There's some people here who unfollow me and then try to follow me back. But, okay, we can't?
No, Ryan.
Okay, because you know the people too.
I do?
Yeah, you know.
We can talk about that after the podcast.
Okay, we know you know the person. But anyways, it's funny when someone will follow, but then you want to sit here and watch every single little thing I do. So clearly you're concerned about my life. and what I'm got going
Oh,
on.
that's kind of weird. So you block the person.
No, I don't block the person. You can stay there. This is what I do. Let me give you some game, B.
Okay, please.
I don't block you, right? You will still see all my stuff. You'll see them watching the Insta stories. You'll see them here and there liking your stuff. So you're still staying up to date with what I'm doing, right? I'm not gonna let you get the satisfaction that I'm still concerned about what you're doing. So what I do is I don't unfollow you, I mute you. So that way your stuff does not show up on my timeline. Therefore, I don't ever watch your stuff, so I don't know what you have going on.
Got it.
Petty like that. I'm petty like that. But yes, there are people here that you know. Oop, I said here. Yep, I did. People here where we are recording. I heard. Yep, yes, I am. That have unfollowed me, followed back, but they're like, you want to watch them? Welcome to the viewing party.
OMG. Oh, I really got to know who this person is. Anyway,
B, I'm trying to say without saying it.
Okay. But yeah, back to blocking. So that was the only time that I felt like I blocked. And then that person was like, why you block me? I'm like, why not? Like,
but why? Okay, but did you unfollow them?
Now I get it. Now, after the person was like, why you block me? I'm like, okay, I'm not going to block that person again, because what's the point? Because clearly, like I said, all you have to do is turn on the radio every day and you'll hear me and you can see what I'm doing and you can know, kind of where I'm at a given time. But it's like, it doesn't even make sense, because you know what? At the end of the day, like you said, I don't care.
But
I don't care.
But did you unfollow that person when you blocked them? Or I think your social media may automatically do it.
I think so, because there was like no interaction. And even unblocked, even this person not being blocked now, he can still see whatever and there's still no interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know how those algorithms have this person coming
up. Once you unblock somebody and then once you block somebody, then you unblock them. The algorithm is so messed up that you're probably not going to see this stuff. But I love the feature mute. I have many, I'm speaking too much. I have a few people muted on social media that I think they will be offended if I unfollow them. But because your content may annoy me, I mute you.
Okay, so you're a notification guy.
No, like if I'm just on social media scrolling and I keep seeing something and I'm like, I don't want to see Beyonce always posting that she got these new shoes. I'm sick of Beyonce posting these new shoes. Beyonce, we know you got new shoes. But
wait, is that for real or just for the sake of the podcast?
No, this was podcast. But I'm cool with you, right? So I would feel bad. I wouldn't unfollow you and I wouldn't block you. I would simply mute you. So then I don't have to get on Instagram, because I'm a firm believer in this. And I used to say this a long time ago. When I get on social media, I can decide who I want to follow. I should not be annoyed by my timeline when I had the power to follow who I wanted to follow. And then what happens is, if I'm getting annoyed by you in shoes in person, when I see you in public, I probably will become passive aggressive, because I'll be like, yo, you're annoying as hell, but like, what's up, B?
But them shoes be fire though, don't they? Them shoes do be fire.
No, but if I mute you on social, when I see you in public, I'm like, what up, B? Because you don't annoy me on social media.
Right. So there is a difference. You can distinguish between real life and social media then.
Yes, because for me,
I may annoy you on Instagram, but in real life, I'm cool.
Exactly. And I think to me, that's not out of the blue, because a lot of people are fake on social media and real. Life. So absolutely. I just don't like the fake facade that people put up.
But them shoes be fine. You know what? I think I'm gonna post a pair today.
Okay, go post. I won't see.
You're gonna mute me?
Well, I gotta meet you from our Instagram page too, because we follow you there. So I gotta meet you off of my page and the Instagram page, and I'm good.
No. Okay, so explain this whole mute thing to me, because like I'm not even aware. When you say mute, that means what? I thought that meant like you're not hearing a notification from me.
No, on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, there's a mute feature. What that means is I can mute, for example, on Instagram, any post or story, or I can choose to mute only your post, but I'll still see your stories. I can do vice versa. And if I mute you, I still follow you, but you will not show up on my timeline. Same thing.
So muting is almost like blocking.
No. Blocking means you wouldn't be able to see my profile. Muting is similar to unfollowing, but the difference is I don't unfollow you. I can still go to your page and see everything and like everything, but it won't show up on my timeline.
Okay. I didn't even pay attention to the whole muting piece. Oh, well.
We'll do a whole tutorial after this.
Been on Instagram for years, didn't know about the mute feature. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, I feel like if you want to mute somebody, like you just don't want to see that person, you don't want to see any of their notifications, none of that, then cool, do it. I don't think it's really a big deal.
But you can't unfollow though. Because if you unfollow, then it gets weird when you see that person. Like if you knew I unfollowed you, you would feel some type of way.
Actually, I wouldn't, but no, seriously, you know me, I wouldn't.
Beyonce, you would definitely be like, Ryan, you unfollowed me.
I promise you, I would not, Ryan. You know how I am with social media.
I know, but that can go a little personal if I unfollow you off all social media.
Not at all, because I see you every day at work. It would not bother me one bit.
You don't think there was a reason why I must have unfollowed you that clearly wasn't a positive thing?
Like low key, I probably wouldn't even know you unfollowed me. Just being real. Like seriously, you know my love for social media is not that strong.
Right.
I don't hate it. I love social media, but I'm not, you know the deal. I'm not one of those, oh my God, let me post. Let me look. No, that's
I'm not
my
that,
life.
but if it's brought to my attention that someone does unfollow me, I take that as you clearly have a personal issue. And if you can't bring it to me in public, then you personally are whack. And let's keep it at that. I would gladly hit you with the unfollow button back, and then we can move.
Okay, man.
I'm still talking about this one person that we both know here.
You a G today with it? Yes.
Here.
Unfollow.
Here.
Oh. Okay.
The one person that we both know here.
Okay. I'll figure it out. You know, I'm a little,
We'll be on episode 50 and you'll be like, oh.
Yes. Oh, no, I know who you mean. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. I mean, seriously, if you want to, and I'm talking to our audience now, if you want to just block somebody and you feel comfortable blocking that person because you don't want to be involved or receive notifications from them or see their posts or whatever, that is perfectly fine. Sometimes it's kind of healthy for people to block people because, like you said, a lot of people on social media, they live a life that's not real. With me, what you see is what you get. Just an average girl out here in the world trying to make it like everybody else. I'm not going to front like I live in this big 6-bedroom mansion. I'm not going to front like I drive a $250,000 car. I'm not going, that's not my life. That's not who I am as a person. And some people actually, when they see those things, they take it to heart and it becomes a mental issue with them. Like, man, how do you get all this? And I don't have this. And what can I do to get this? And that whole thing that we've discussed many times, the impact that social media has on your mental. So, I mean, shoot, in some cases, it's probably healthy that people block certain things and certain people. I know a few of my friends that need to block them shopping things because, they be out here.
Friends or yourself.
Because they be out here like reckless.
Yeah.
Shopping. And when you click on something, them ads pop up. You need to block some of those things, y'all. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm about to wrap this up because now we're lying, and we're not going to do that to our podcast family, okay? We don't lie here. But no, in all seriousness, too, I want to say, too, I'm definitely 95% kidding on this episode because I do think, in reality, social media, it's really I don't want to say it's a joke, but it's a joke. Like, it's really... I'm really not out here trying to say have beef if someone unfollows you or go and unfollow them or fight them. No, I really am kidding. But I will say, though, with our professions, we do have to use the block button, whether it is social media or our phones, just because of, our profession that we're in. But when it comes to people and all of that, I'm really kidding because, honestly, you hit it on the point. There are some people that you may need to unfollow or you may need to block for your own mental health and your own sanity. And I'm not opposed to that at all. And don't take social media seriously. So I am kidding, but
You're kidding, but you're not. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, speaking of social media, you can follow us at We'll Just Agree to
Don't block us.
Don't block us or mute us. Or you can follow me on Instagram at Ryan Media Lee.
And I am at Beyonce Fox 2X's.
Beyonce, we're almost on episode 50.
I know. We're going to get to 52, and then that'll be a year anniversary.
52 or 54?
Boy, there's 52 weeks in a year. Oh my gosh. And with that, we're going to say bye-bye. Love y'all. Thank you for listening and watching. 54 weeks in a year? Ryan!
I'm tired, y'all. Bye.